How is it going, everyone? With my WWE SmackVille review. Of course, SmackVille was an hour-long special that aired exclusively on the WWE Network. And overall, I gotta say, coming out of SmackVille, I thought it was an okay show. Really wasn't much to it. It was only an hour long. 3 matches. These network specials like this usually aren't anything spectacular. They're basically just live events that are made into network exclusives just for the sake of doing it, I guess. I'm not really too sure the reasoning behind why this was a network special. But I guess it's more content for the WWE Network, and I guess it's kind of a way to get people to subscribe to the network, you know, doing these specials, you know, every now and then or once every couple months to try and gain new subscribers for it. But you know, I don't mind these shows. They're just meaningless to me. They don't really add anything to the current product. But I thought SmackVille, for what it was an alright show. If you missed it, you didn't really miss much, but you know, for what it was, like I said, it was alright. Of course, the first thing we had on the show was the announcement of Finn Balor not being medically cleared to compete tonight. Of course, he had a scheduled match against Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship, which I was really looking forward to that match. It's actually the only match I was looking forward to on the show, and the main reason why I wanted to check it out. But of course, I guess Finn Balor was sick or something, so they ended up scrapping the match. I don't know, but the match did not end up happening. But Shinsuke Nakamura did end up coming out and try to win the match via forfeit, which led to Ali coming out and challenging him for the Intercontinental Championship. So we did get an Intercontinental Championship match, but Shinsuke Nakamura defended against Ali instead of Finn Balor. The match was good for what it was. It was quick pace. He had some nice spots as well. Nakamura, you can definitely tell that Intercontinental Championship just revitalized him, and you can definitely tell he has new life, and I really enjoyed I've really been enjoying his work since becoming Intercontinental Champion. So him and Ali had a pretty good match. You know, Nakamura was you know, in control very early on for the match. Ali had to come back. You know, he did the whole Nakamura come on thing. He had a beautiful crossbody Nakamura at one point as well. So it was what it was. Then of course, you know, Nakamura took back control, hit bad vibrations in the corner. Just, you know, was fighting down Ali. Then Ali had a nice comeback. Hit a beautiful tornado DDT to set up the 054. Went for it, missed, and then Nakamura hit a beautiful Kinshasa, which the way Ali sold, missing it and getting back up slowly and getting hit with Kinshasa, I thought was beautifully done. So of course, Shinsuke Nakamura successfully defends the Intercontinental Championship over Ali. Like I said, it was a good match. It wasn't very long either. It was only about 8 minutes or so. But I feel like we got a ton of action in that 8 minutes, and definitely was an enjoyable match. Wouldn't surprise me if they had a rematch at SummerSlam, because I feel like that was the direction they're heading towards anyways, was Ali and Nakamura, and I feel like they kind of substituted Ali in this match for Balor. But, you know, like I said, for the match what it was enjoyable. From there, I'm going to go to Elias's concert performance, which I have to say, this thing felt like it dragged on forever. It literally felt like he was out there for like 20-30 minutes. It was way too long, and I did not enjoy it, honestly, at all. He was getting great heel heat. You know, he was mocking the city. He was doing a bunch of great heel tactics, but it just felt way too long. And of course, you know, Kevin Owens showed up and attacked Elias, challenged Elias to a match. A referee came running down and made the match official. So we did have Kevin Owens versus Elias, which really wasn't much to it. It was only about a 5-minute match, very quick. Elias attacked Kevin Owens from the bell. Owens, of course, has come back on Elias. There's a nice spot where Elias hit an old school Meteora, where, you know, he had the old school position, but instead of hitting the clothesline, or he ended up just hitting, you know, Meteora on Kevin Owens for a nice fall right there. And then of course, Kevin Owens, you know, was beating down Elias after that. Elias came back, set up the elbow drop, went for it. Kevin Owens got out of the way, hit the stunner. Elias 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens defeats Elias. Nothing more match there, honestly. You could just skip it. Just filler for the feud with Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens. So it was what it was. And then we go to the main event, which was a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston defending against Samoa Joe and Dolph Ziggler. This was a good match. I enjoyed it for what it was. You know, at first it was very slow because it was mainly Kofi being double teamed by Joe and Ziggler. It really wasn't anything much about it for the first quarter of the match, and then it started picking up and the pace picked up. He had some nice sequences and spots as well, and it ended up being an enjoyable main event, you know, especially for a live event for a network special. I thought it was enjoyable and I liked it. A good spot where Kofi ended up doing a double clothesline out of nowhere on Ziggler and Joe because they were bickering, and Kofi hit that. And then Joe and Ziggler went out for a little bit, which led to Samoa Joe doing a very shitty toss of Ziggler onto the announce table. That came out very, very shittily, but what can you do? Back in the ring, Kofi and Joe went at it. It looked like Joe was closing in on the WWE Championship. Then Dolph Ziggler came out of nowhere, hit a super kick on Samoa Joe, followed by a zigzag onto Kofi Kingston for a near fall. Joe ended up taking out Dolph Ziggler, and then Kofi ended up hitting a Troll of Paradise on Samoa Joe for the 1-2-3 to retain the WWE Championship. So that was an enjoyable main event. You know, it was pretty much as good as you would expect it. Honestly, the match is better than the 3 matches Kofi had with both men. You know, he had 2 matches with Ziggler and of course 1 match with Samoa Joe on pay-per-view, and this match honestly was better than all 3 of those matches. So it was a good main event too, which was an okay show. Like I said, really wasn't much to it. You know, nothing must see if you missed it. You're not missing out on anything. But for the network special, you know, I did enjoy it for what it was. You know, really wasn't much to it, but I thought it was entertaining, and like I said, I definitely don't mind these network specials happening every now and then. If it's a monthly thing, I wouldn't be for it, but if it was happening like, you know, bi-monthly or every now and then, every few months or whatever, I wouldn't mind it. Like I said, it's good content for the network, and it's a way to give people a reason to subscribe to the network to see these, you know, network exclusive live events airing on there. So, like I said, SmackVille, thought it was an alright show, wasn't much to it, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please feel free to leave a like below. And of course, next time, I'll see you guys there. Thank you guys for watching the video.